What's going on, Leo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of May 2024. So, in this reading, Leo, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for the rest of May. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice for you from your angels and spirit guides, and so much more regarding May 2024 Leo. So I do want to take a moment, as always, to let you know that I do really appreciate you, Leo, taking the time to check this reading out and, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But if this reading resonates with you, Leo, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here. So without further ado, I'm gonna pull the energy for you and we'll see what wants to come your way, or what is coming your way. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Leo. If this is the exact number of cards that I need, this literally just happened for Aries. Let's see if it's 11 cards. Even if it's not, I feel called to take them. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That just happened with Aries. Wow. So, wow, Leo, it looks like a really important month for you here. Definitely. There's definitely, I feel some of you might have, a little bit of resistance to the immense changes that are going on around you, or other people will around you, having to do with your own destiny here. But before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off, Leo, with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these oracle cards contain the energy that you need more of, the energy that Spirit wants you to embody for your own highest good for the rest of May. So I'm going to show you them and then we'll talk about it. The first one is Capricorn, the boss. You also have the opposition. And then you have Cancer, the caring energy. Right, so the energy, that Spirit is calling you into is to balance out this, kind of career versus home dynamic, or, sorting out your, kind of like your public image versus, how you feel on the inside. And this is the classic 4th house, 10th house split. And the opposition in astrology can lead people to be quite bipolar. It's something that shows that you have two very different sides to your nature that you're going to have to swing back and forth to, or back and forth from, until you can find the balance. So, this month, for the rest of May, Leo, Spirit's definitely calling you to really balance out your work and home life, or your work and your friends, people that you care for, relationships, nurturing yourself versus just kind of like going out into the world, roughing it to advance your career and your reputation. Now, for some of you, this could definitely have to do with, a clash between, mother and father. Capricorn Cancer is the classic mother-father dynamic. So there could be some of that you have to balance out if that's going on for you. But I feel, Leo, with this energy, there's going to be a real challenge that Spirit is asking you to conquer here when it comes to, maybe changing your career in some sort of way, or, being aware of how your home, Cancer rules the home, the family, the roots, how you were brought up, your childhood. And Capricorn is like the big boss energy that goes for career and more things that are serious. So in some sort of way, Spirit's calling you to acknowledge these two different sides to your nature, and then somehow find a middle ground. Okay, so ideally, I do feel for many of you, there's something here about, making tweaks to your existing career, or the way that you make money, in order to feel more nurtured, okay, when you do it. Or, for some of you, making tweaks to your home and family life so that you can actually go kill it in your career. But for a lot of you, and for most of you out there, Leo, I feel like this is about you finding something that you can do that nurtures you, that gives you energy instead of takes energy away from you, is what I really feel. And it's definitely going to be a challenge, you know. So don't be afraid to be a little bit bipolar. Like if you find that you're swinging from gotta find work, Capricorn, gotta kill it, to like, I just need to nurture myself and family. Like, don't be afraid to go back and forth, but ultimately, the ideal thing would be to find harmony and balance between the two of them. Because the danger here, Leo, is that you're going to swing to one polarity and get stuck in one. So, I don't care about my feelings, I'm just gonna go kill it at work. Or, I don't care about my work, I'm just gonna go, support my mother. You know what I mean? And like, there has to be some sort of balance brought here in whatever way makes sense for you, okay? So being sensitive and also being hardened is kind of what we got going on here. The two things that one thing that Capricorn and Cancer energy has in common is that they're both cardinal signs, which means that they're great at starting things, so I see that going on here for you, definitely. So before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead now and look at different oracle cards, and these different oracle cards contain the energy in or around you that is secretly blocking you from advancing and moving forward with your own highest good. All right, and the first one, take these with a grain of salt, use your intuition, but you have eye-gazing ecstatic dancer, open your heart. This is the energy that's gonna, get in the way of your fulfillment, success, blessings this month. So, this can be definitely the swing towards the Cancer. Some of you, I feel like there's going to be an experience of you being fed up with your work life or the serious part of life, the things that you have to do. And you might just, go to a festival and throw it all away. You might go crazy partying. And the thing about the opposition is that it's about finding a middle ground instead of just swinging. I'm going to go Cancer party, or even, I'm going to go to this crazy thing. So this card says, hypnotic gaze violates others with a single stare, choreographed mature dance rituals front and center during warm-up. So I just intuitively feel, Leo, like this is you going party animal mode and saying, screw work, screw seriousness, screw doing it the hard way, I'm just going to go freaking eye gaze with people, okay? And so that could be something that's holding you back at this time, or it's people around you. It definitely could have to do with people around you that want to do that with you. That may not actually be beneficial for you. This one's interesting. You have Tantric Sex Priestess, leaks Shakti energy strategically, uses seduction as a form of spiritual discourse and personal career advancement. So that's funny that this card would come out with that Capricorn Cancer split, that opposition, right? And the one thing coming to mind here, Leo, is that sometimes, and I actually think this is a wonderful quality that Leo has, but sometimes you have the ability to charm people. You know what I mean? You do have the ability to get ahead in your career by kind of like it may not even be something sexual, but it may just be like giving that warmth, like winning people over with your charm may be something that is somehow holding you back, I feel. And for some of you, if there is a romantic setting, or if there is something, some non-consensual stuff going on in your work, there could be something holding you back in terms of like sexual energy in the workplace, and that could be what this opposition is about. Not for all of you, but for some of you that will be the case. And I do feel like here, instead of trying to charm other people, it's almost like, charming yourself, because I feel like that energy can get you very far, like your warmth of your personality and, your passion and that Leo energy, that extroversion. But for some reason, if you try to do that a little bit too much this month, perhaps as a way to balance out that split, I feel like it could go south. So just be aware of that. And this, by the way, for those of you that know, this can be people around you. I would in your career or, in whatever, Leo, I would be careful about, using seduction as a form of career advancement for this month. I would be careful with that. So you also have sacred tobacco, and this is the energy that's holding you back. Meditate and breathe. Superpowers instantly induces a shamanistic understanding and proclamation, turns an addiction into a meditation and a prayer. So I feel like, yeah, this is like any sort of crutch that you have. You know, you could be telling yourself that you spiritually need it, or, you know, I just can't think right until I get my coffee, or I just can't think right until I get my cigarette, or I just can't think, just don't talk to me until I get my cigarette. You know what I mean? I feel like this is an energy that, once again, it's not here to demonize it, but it is saying that it's the energy in or around you that can hold you back. That's really all it is, okay? So interesting stuff, you know, and so yeah. So now let's go ahead and get into the tarot, Leo. So your opportunity is the King of Wands here, you know, and this could be your own energy. This could also be a fire sign that you're connecting to as an opportunity here, Leo. I do feel that it's a time for you to really be authentic, you know, with what you want, and how can you nurture yourself and your career at the same time? How can you balance your family with your work, or how can you do something that actually nurtures you? And I feel like the King of Wands is all about that. You know, this is someone who is very authentic and eccentric, and good business acumen as well. So with this being in your opportunity here, Leo, I definitely feel like there is something about you connecting, like an opportunity to connect with people who are authentic, but who actually have some substance to them, you know, because the thing about the King of Wands is that he's a king for a reason. He knows what he's doing, even if it's weird, or even if it's very passionate. So I feel like there's definitely an opportunity for you to either connect with another fire sign potentially, or, you know, do something that you really want to do in your own way that will nurture you. Okay, but for a lot of you, this will be a relationship as well. Now, interestingly enough, the challenge is the Knight of Wands. Aries got this too. So the Knight of Wands is an energy that's like, it's kind of like the King of Wands, but it's more immature. It doesn't really follow through with what it does, and it can be very impulsive. But because it's your challenge, I kind of feel like that might have to do with this, you know, this guy, you know, just like an impulsive adventure that will be a relief that will distract you here. You know what I mean? So the Knight of Wands in your challenge could also be immature people around you in some sort of way that are very fiery. So I would say, you know, work with, you know, people that have passion and fire is what you need, but maybe be discerning between the two is what I feel from this reading. Now, in your overall general energy, Leo, you're going through a rite of passage that's going to lead to your destiny, or lead you to a big opportunity. Either you or people around you will have resistance to this, and that could make sense with the Capricorn opposite Cancer thing. This could even be you not wanting to unconsciously upset your parents, or something that you feel would make you a good person. I don't know why I feel that, but in your overall general energy, it is very good here. And for some of you, it's not going to be any resistance. It's going to be more so the willingness to fight for a new opportunity. So very fiery. You have the Four of Wands, you have the Wheel of Fortune, and you have the Seven of Wands. You know, so you have all. This is a very fiery reading. Now, for some of you here, there's definitely something about you are in alignment no matter what your life looks like, especially for those of you that are like kind of shaky with your career at this time, or you're shaky with your family right now. You're definitely going through a rite of passage. That's what the Four of Wands is all about. It's an experience that is not meant to last forever, but it's pretty enjoyable. So as you go through this transition, know that, you know, you are blessed. This is a portal of change and having to do with your destiny. So something's going on that's very big. Now, for some of you, the Seven of Wands, I feel like this is a defensive energy. And I feel for some of you, Leo, that this is definitely something about you having resistance to a career change that you need to make, or some sort of authentic action that you need to take to bring balance to your home, or finding, you know, balance from that opposition. But for some of you, I sense that this is an energy of you actually waking up and being willing to fight for your highest timeline, because one definition of the Seven of Wands, Leo, is someone who's willing to fight for something worthwhile. And because it's right next to the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands, you know, this is something worth fighting for. Now, some of you will have the experience of soul family as well. The Four of Wands for me is the card of soul family, as well as rite of passages, celebrations. So, you know, there could be a lot of moving parts here with other fire signs around you. Take it or leave it. It doesn't have to be fire signs, but you know, this could be a real big thing. I feel like there's certain people that maybe you're meant to be with, or maybe that can help you with this Capricorn Cancer split thing. And so just be open to that. Now, when it comes to what you don't see coming, it's a little more interesting. You have the Six of Swords, the Judgment card, and the Three of Wands here. The Six of Swords is about moving from choppy to calm waters here. So there could be some sort of travel going on for you in May, especially in the beginning to middle of May, I feel. The Judgment card is about discernment. It's about the ability to judge well. And it's also about a major shift in consciousness, like, oh, it's Judgment Day. You know what I mean? And so, this could be your ability to discern between people in your life, who's really going to help you, who is not, especially because you have that King of Wands in your opportunity, the Knight of Wands in your challenge, Leo. For the ladies out there, for whoever out there may be choices, if you're single, between lovers that kind of seem similar, but you just have to, do a little bit of the extra intuitive or research, who am I really dealing with here? I feel like there could be something, Leo, that first of all, you're going to be, in what you don't see coming, it's going to be obvious what you need to move away from, okay? Even if it's hard for you to do so. You do have the Three of Wands, which is about remaining optimistic and patience here. So, there's definitely a lot of regrouping after some sort of realization that I feel leads to you moving elsewhere. This could be a relationship for you that you feel is holding you back from your destiny, or from a big opportunity in your life in May. And then when it comes to your advice, I feel like I definitely feel like this is more of a time for you to go, I just said patient, but it is a time for you to go faster than usual. I usually would never say that, because your advice is I would never say that with the Knight of Pentacles, because this is all about methodical energy, slow-moving energy. But I feel like there's some sort of move that you can make that it would be better for you to just kind of do it and not distract yourself, or it may take you some time to balance out this Capricorn Cancer thing, but still, Leo, you have the Two of Pentacles as well, which is things are up in the air. So allow things to be up in the air. This is the opposition energy. You're going to have to find balance, and that's what Spirit's advising you to do. And then the Death card is about, transformation, rebirth. It's Scorpio energy. The Death card also has to do with, mysteries being revealed and spiritual endings and kind of secrets coming out, So I feel like the secret as to what is actually going to balance out your life, Spirit's asking you to really balance or to really think about that. But I feel like it's something with the earth realm, because you usually don't see that Cancer, Capricorn, 4th house of home, 10th house of reputation. That's kind of very earthy things going on. You know what I mean? Is human things, I should say. So yeah, it's definitely a big month for you here. So let's go ahead and get into the clarification portion of this reading, Leo. The first card that I want to clarify is why the Wheel of Fortune is here in your overall general energy. You have the Ace of Cups, the Death card. Hold on. Why is the Wheel of Fortune here in your overall general energy for Leo? Man, there's definitely something about a relationship, though, that, for some of you dating someone, maybe there's... okay. Yeah, it's almost like if you're not honest about a key relationship around you that isn't going well, that you're not happy with, I really feel like there's a danger of someone going to extremes here, where there is a middle ground. I'm not saying that you have to stay in a relationship that isn't working for you, but I just feel like those of you dating someone, I feel like there's a clear message coming through that someone, it's kind of hard to tell, but you just know someone's not going to satisfy you. For the, take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't, Leo. But hold on, why is the Wheel of Fortune here? Yeah, you have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this is definitely a business opportunity with the energy you need more of as Capricorn. And, the King of Cups. What's with all these kings? But no Emperor. Yeah, wait. Okay. Wait. That's so crazy because, this is, Cancer energy and this is, Capricorn energy, right? The balance that you need to figure out. But then on top of that, you have the Four of Cups about emotional kind of rejection, not taking the bait, an upgrade, denial. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely something here where if you try to sacrifice your career to experience harmony within your relationships or to experience care and bonding with someone, it's not going to work out well for you. Leo, if you try to sacrifice your career, or if you try to sacrifice your the caring feelings that you have, the love that you have, the nurture that you have to give, the sense of belonging for your career, that's not going to work well for you either, is what I really feel here. So I do feel like for many of you, there's a key romantic relationship that you feel is keeping you stuck in a certain career paradigm. It's like, once again, you're going to have to not swing to each polarity. You know, you may have to do that for a little while, but then you're going to have to make a decision. This is very nuanced energy, and I understand that it may seem like it's contradicting itself, but the whole point of this is to use your intuition and not to get lost in what I'm saying. Right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I can't emphasize that enough, but I can't emphasize this enough either. I mean, so, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. And for some of you ladies out there that need to be honest with yourself, no, I'm not even going to go there. You'll psychically get it if you get it. Let's clarify why the King of Wands is in your opportunity. For you, Leo. Hold on. Yeah, this is, okay, so the King of Wands is clarified by the Sun and the Three of Wands here. So, you know, this is all about clarity. You know, Leo is ruled by the Sun, warmth. You know, it's your identity here. And I feel like in your opportunity is to get clear on what is authentically true to you without, once again, being like, you know what, this job isn't true to me, or like being responsible and being a boss, or like working on shit is not, you know, making money isn't true to me, so I'm just going to go be at the festival. You know what I mean? Like that's definitely not the energy here. Like there's something about letting something marinate. You have the Three of Wands, which is also in what you don't see coming, about patience, remaining optimistic after you've made a choice. So, you know, for some of you, there was recently a big change to your job or career. For some of you, there was recently a big change to your family life. And I feel like this is you remaining confident that I can find a win-win. I can find something where I'm supported by others, I feel nurtured, I can nurture others, and I can be a boss. And it's not something that takes me away. You know, there's something creative, because the Sun, Leo, as you know, is all about creative energy. It's life force energy, so there's unlimited possibilities. So I just want you to keep that in mind here. Now, there can also be someone who's offering you something. I feel for a lot of you, you know, whether this is romance or business, use your intuition. I feel like there's someone who's going to offer you a path forward that maybe you need to think about. Maybe you need to think about for a little bit, is what I feel. Weigh your options, especially with that Two of Pentacles in your advice. Weigh your options, Leo. But weigh your options, but don't get lost in one polarity, if that makes sense. All right. I know. Okay. Let's clarify where the Knight of Wands is in your challenge. Five of Cups. Yeah, like Leo. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. So, especially for those of you dealing with a romantic relationship, there's something about the person that's gonna that is gonna be your challenge is gonna be very confusing and emotionally draining, right? The Knight of Wands clarified by the Five of Cups here is someone who's like emotionally draining, and it was also clarified by the moon, which is, you know, the Cancer energy. So I'm not saying to demonize this energy, because you're going to have to find balance here, Leo, but I do feel like there's someone here, like there's going to be a clear distinction between someone who has more of a genuine masculine energy that is like presenting you with an option, or vice versa, you're presenting that it's just clear, versus someone who you may be tempted to commit your energy to or to engage with, where it's just like, this is what's going to happen after that ecstatic dance party. You know what I mean? It's just going to lead to this. Like, so there could be something that actually like is an escape, you know, because the Knight of Wands can be a very escapist energy from a certain perspective. So I feel like the option here that is your opportunity is something that's more solid and real, rather than something that's just like more of an emotional decision. You know, let's see what other cards came out here though. You also have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Two of Swords in reverse, and the Knight of Swords here. You know, I feel like whoever this person is, or whoever this influence is Leo, in your challenge, is someone that you don't want to be associated with. It almost makes you feel a little bit embarrassed. And, you know, I'm picking up on this as an external energy now. But for many of you as well, what you have to understand is that if you're too impulsive and, you know, you swing from the Capricorn to the Cancer, you know, just like, let's just be instinctual, you know, it's gonna really not lead to success. You know, your challenge is that you could do things here swinging to the Cancer polarity, instinct, you know, that just kind of ruins your success. But for many of you, it's an external influence, and you're going to have options. You know, don't associate with someone who you're not proud to associate with. I feel like at the end of the day, there's something here that you need to do that you're going to be proud of yourself for doing, which is probably why it's hard to do it as well, because the Wheel of Fortune is right next to the Seven of Wands. For some of you, that's going to be someone who has resistance to this new path opening up for you. But for others of you, this is going to be, you know, you need to do something that would make you proud of yourself. And that's usually not easy. You know, that's usually not the path of least resistance. So this just seems like something that's more like stand up versus path of least resistance. You know, use your intuition. Let's clarify why the Judgment card is here, the centerpiece to your reading. What type of clarity is coming in for you in what you don't see coming, Leo? The Judgment card is clarified by the Ten of Wands and the Queen of Wands here. That's really interesting in what you don't see coming here. So there could be, you know, the Ten of Wands is a frequency of a burden, or like someone who has too much passion. It could even be indicated by that Knight of Wands frequency. The Queen of Wands is, once again, you know, it's giving that energy here, Leo, of this card. You know, and use your intuition, please. But the Tantric Sex Priestess here, the Tantric Sex Priestess, you know, some of you might be trying to, with all this fire, there could be the feeling of wanting to escape your reality through sex or through something that you're passionate about, like going to a crazy dance thing. And I'm not saying don't do that if that's your thing, but everything in moderation. I'm just saying there's a judgment about there being too much like sexy fire energy here. For some of you here, what this is really about as well, and sorry I didn't say it until this point because I feel like it's actually more relevant than what I just said, is that there's a path in front of you here, potentially with a fire sign, you know, because the King of Wands is your opportunity, the Queen of Wands is your right now. For the ladies, sorry the camera died. I feel like there's a relationship opening up with you, for you, that is very like open, clear, but it may feel like that, you know, it's a little bit of a burden to you, or some, you know, it's somehow a burden here, Leo, even though there's a lot of passion. Okay, so use your intuition. I also feel with this, Leo, though, if this is not to do with any relationship, then I feel like what this judgment is about is something that you have to do to become more authentic, so that you can naturally mend that split between Capricorn boss energy and Cancer caring energy. And it may be something that you have to do to be authentic, because then you'll attract the right people and this split won't occur. What? And this is what it's starting to make sense to me that now, Leo. Like, I feel there's a risk that you can take to be the Queen of Wands or to be the King of Wands if you're a man here, that up front it's going to feel like a burden. Okay, it's like a judgment that you're having that I need to do this even if it's going to feel like it's a lot, because then it's like you're going to naturally attract people who won't create this split within you, or you're going to naturally attract a career that won't create this split within you. There may be a lot of hard work in front of you though. There probably is a lot of hard work in front of you is what I really feel. So some sort of judgment about a passionate burden. You know, I feel like that could really go either way with these two different energies in your opportunity and challenge. Yeah. And then I said challenge, and this came out. So it might be just because the 10 has to do with an ending. For some of you, this is going to be about your primary romantic partnership, especially if this is what this is about. You know, family relation that you just Leo, like, there's a judgment that something is on its way out. But don't let yourself lose heart. Don't let okay, my relationship's over. Now I'm just going to go make money only. And everyone, I'm just going to go make money. Or, okay, this relationship's not working. I'm just going to go get in my feels and I'm too heartbroken to work. You're going to have to find the balance. Okay, I don't know how to do it. I'm not in your life. I'm not taking the time to remote view all of you. So let's just keep going. Let's clarify what the Knight of Pentacles is here in your advice. Too many cards. Why is the Knight of Pentacles in your advice? The 8 of Cups. So that's interesting. The 8 of Cups is about walking away from something that's not really emotionally satisfying here. And the Knight of Pentacles is all about that kind of, you know, that like disciplined, methodical energy. Your opportunity is the King of Wands and the Sun. That's not really a slow energy. That's not really an energy that takes its time. So with this Capricorn opposite Cancer thing, your career opposite the ability to feel nurtured and belong to a group and like have good emotions within you, I feel like you're walking away from something, Leo, that is just like a moderate thing, which is like you trying to, this is very paradoxical. You trying to not risk something, right? The Knight of Pentacles is not someone who takes a risk. I feel like because the advice is the 8 of Cups here, it's like, if you don't choose to take a risk and you just choose to like be moderate in your career or like with your work and your reputation, it will save you in the short term. But then that split between the Capricorn Cancer thing is just going to still be around. So I actually feel that Spirit is saying you need to take a risk here, or else this problem is going to keep happening. You might have a job, or you might do something that doesn't nurture you, or that splits you away from people. You know what I mean? Or vice versa. It's just too focused on the money, or it's too focused on that Capricorn energy that takes relationships away from you. So, you know, use your intuition here, Leo. Let's also clarify that Two of Pentacles here. Why is the Two of Pentacles? Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Lovers, the 7 of Swords, the 2 of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I'm sorry. If you're trying to stay in a relationship with someone to look good, or because it's just easier to stay in the relationship, there's a high danger of you know, someone getting hurt here. Let's just put it the nice way. Someone getting hurt. The 7 of Swords is about deceptive behavior, going behind someone's back. So it's like, hey, if you don't have the cojones, if you don't have the balls, if you don't have the courage, Leo, to really tell someone, we need to make a change because I'm not feeling this right now, then it's going to lead to infidelity for some of you, or it's going to lead to deception. It's going to lead to, you know, gossiping behind your back. You also have the 2 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, which is super interesting to me. And I feel like this is something to do with relationships and your destiny that is very much so up in the air. You know, that's illustrated by the King of Wands being in your opportunity and the Knight of Wands being in your challenge. I feel like these are two different people or two different frequencies here that you're dealing with. And the frequency that I get is like if you kind of just if you go with that person to the ecstatic dance party and like they're your best friend for taking you there, the next day you're going to wake up drunk and you're going to like literally want to kill this person and you're going to make them the enemy. If you're in a relationship with someone in a romantic way, you're not feeling it at all, but you don't ask for the changes that you need in an authentic way, King of Wands, see if someone can match it. Or if you don't be honest with yourself enough to say, like, I need to leave, then once again, whether it's you or someone's going to end up doing something behind someone's back, or it's just going to go south in a weird way that's not upfront. Because no matter how you cut it, no matter what you have going on, Leo, the Sun and the King of Wands and your opportunity, be real and let it hang from there. Because the whole thing is maybe trying to like beat around the bush or sweep things under the rug. And I feel like, you know, with this tantric high priestess thing, there could be a trap here of you trying to sweep things under the rug and not understanding why either you or someone explodes. You know what I mean? That's really what I feel. So let's clarify what the Death card is here in your advice as well. The Justice card, 3 of Pentacles in reverse. You got to be really careful who you decide to collaborate with and learn from here. This could even be here, Leo, that if you choose to, I feel like if you choose to not end something, a relationship, if you choose to not end a career, like this, it can really go either way with this opposition. Use your intuition. But there can be something about the wrong person that you're learning from or that you're around or information that you're gathering that could lead to karma, you know, in your advice, the Justice card here. I feel like there's something here, Leo, about if you just try to kind of, you know what I mean? I don't even know, Leo. Look, this is what I have for you. You're going to have to find a balance between the Capricorn Cancer thing. That's all about hard work, doing things the hard way, your career, your reputation versus your need to be loved, your need to nurture it, your sense of belonging, your instincts. So, you know, follow your instincts, but not in a way that is trying to escape your reality. So with that being said, I feel like this contained a lot of information that will be helpful for you this May. So with that being said, I'll talk to you next time.